Well, howdy again, my friends. Theresa here, and he's out in the kitchen. Wanted to come on here and talk a little bit. Brad and I were sitting here talking. He went to a dad's memorial service today. And I'm not going to go into specifics, but things were done in a manner that made Bradley definitely know that he's not really part of the family. And that's on them. And, whatever. We're going to rise above that and go on. We have a really good life and really good friends, and, we're like family members, so we're going to rise above it. But, we were talking about the whole dynamics of, Brad was talking about something, but I was talking about my blood sugar was 128 this morning, which I didn't understand, because all I'd had for dinner is I had a couple tacos, and that had some refried beans in it for dinner. And then I had yogurt with a little bit of granola right before 10 o'clock. But besides that, I had just had sugar-free popsicle. So I wasn't sure why my blood sugar had gone up by 30 points. It must be the refried beans and the tortillas. But that kind of made me think, I was talking the other night, had commented on Cheryl Coyote's video about, being back on track, and it was a lot more than losing weight now. It's about taking care of yourself, and I told her, once I was diagnosed with diabetes, it made me really look at food a lot differently, and my relationship with food and my body, because it's not taking my blood glucose every day, every morning, really reflects on what you can really tell what you've eaten. So you can tell what you're doing to your body. And that makes you look at food a lot differently. Because it's your overall health now. It's not just a size of clothing. I can tell when I haven't had when I've eaten too much meat, which normally is not the case with me. We don't eat near the meat we used to, but who can afford to? But if I haven't drinking enough fluids, my gout will really act up. My gout acts up from my middle toe, and then my other two toes on the other side, being smaller. So middle toe on my right foot. But anyway, we're talking, my husband and I were sitting there talking, and I just kind of made the connection of, when we were talking about family dynamics and stuff, that, trying to gain your parents' love. And I said, we always kind of still are put in that role that we were given as children, as, whether you were the black sheep, or you were the screwed up one, or the messed up one, and no matter what you do, you never really get assigned a different role. When I was a kid, and even a lot of my adulthood, it would be like, if I was only thin, my mother would love me. If I was only thin, then my family would want to do things with me. And even when I was thin, they still didn't, they didn't, they just found a new reason to hate me, because then I was thinner than they were. And that whole rolls into thinking that, well, if you were thin, they would want to do things, and then commercials and stuff certainly give you the idyllic, size 0 woman eating this humongous cheeseburger, like she, does this all the time, and that only the thin people are happy and loved and go out and have fun. And how many times do you hear that if a young person dies, oh, they were so beautiful? Well, what if they'd been butt ugly and died? I mean, butt ugly people die too. you know. But, I mean, that whole thing of, if you're thin and beautiful, then if you're thin and if you look like a model, then everybody in the world loves you. And so then it leads into this whole social anxiety of, I wouldn't dare go out of the house because I'm not a size 0. I wasn't born a size 0, you know. I love it as too, as small children, you brag as your children get bigger. Oh, they're wearing a 2T, they're wearing a 3T. And then you hit a certain size and we want to reverse to back to a 0, you know. But, that whole thing, it leads into social anxiety because you feel like, oh, well, I don't look perfect and I, might weigh, 20 pounds more than I should, or 100 pounds more, or 500 pounds more. So, and then you stay stuck in your house. And, how many times, too, do you hear women, especially women, think if they were thinner, the man would have stayed. The man would have stayed with him. The man wouldn't have cheated, or he wouldn't have hit her. Or, if I could just be perfect. I mean, look at the billions and billions of dollars spent on plastic surgery all the time to achieve this perfect look. Perfect look for who? For some other person who says this is the perfect look, But, it's really too sad that we equate so much on body image to having it all. Having it all and being successful. What, you can't be successful if you're overweight? Tell that to Oprah Winfrey.
Mm-hmm.
I mean...
That's why she's doing Weight Watchers commercials now.
I don't know why she's doing Weight Watchers commercials.
Because they're paying her?
Well, yeah, they're paying her buku bucks. I imagine.
Mm-hmm.
But, I was really disappointed to see Oprah Winfrey. We talked about that. She always said, and she'd written that book with, I think his name was Bob Greene, about making a connection. I have the book. I'm actually donating it. And not signing up with all these commercial diets. And now, but each to their own. A lot of people have done very well on Weight Watchers. A lot of people have done very well on a lot of other different. I'm not here to down anybody on whatever program works for you.
Mm-hmm.
You were all different. That's why I don't believe when somebody says, "Oh, this program worked. It'll work for you." Mm-hmm. No, because see, I'm not you, and my body's not you, and it's just like a doctor having a blanket thing. Oh, well, this will work because studies show, and it's like, well, take the studies and cram them up your butt because the study wasn't done on me, and we're all different. I mean, everybody's body reacts differently to different medications and different diseases even show up differently. I've been told so many times I have cancer of this, cancer of that. If we bought a plot every time they told me I had cancer, and then I went to another doctor who laughed and said, "You don't have cancer." I mean, please, I've been misdiagnosed so often. It's like, But anyway, I just wanted to, that whole sad thing of equating our body size to whether or not we could find a significant other or be treated well or be treated with respect or, go out of the house or feel pretty, Because, what might be deemed as gross and horrible looking by one person is deemed beautiful by another person. Case in point, Brad's little grandma.
Yeah.
Now, at one point in time, she was a large woman. She was probably about the size I am now at one point in time. And then, over the years, she shrunk, width-wise and height. And so she was just this real tiny little woman. And a lot of people might have looked at her and thought, oh, she's nothing. You know what? She was everything in the world to Brad and I. We loved that woman. That's the one thing that can still make me cry real fast, is just thinking of her. I miss her. You know, she was just a wonderful, you felt at peace. You could walk in a room and not even talk to her and just sit there and hold her hand and feel at peace. And I still think of her all the time. You know, some people just have that kind of effect on you, like the bread man had that effect on me, you know, and stuff. But
even if he's not wearing pants.
He's not wearing pants right now. But yeah, so anyway, I just kind of want to talk about that. You know, don't be so down on yourself, and don't think that losing weight is going to fix everything in your life, because it isn't. I thought that before, and I lost all the weight. You know, I had lost over 200 pounds, and I thought it would fix everything. No, you know, it fixed the physical space that I was taking. But I did not fix why I was eating, the emotional reasons why I was overeating and stuff. So, yes, of course, I did put it back on over time. You have to fix, you know, and Brad had lost an immense amount of weight at that point too. And he had put most of it back on, and then he has slowly taken most of it off. He's at a comfortable weight for him right now, and his doctor is very happy about it, and he looks good. Because we aren't going to look perfect or anything.
You do.
Huh?
You do.
Oh, please. But, you know,
Please.
It's about being healthy and living longer, you know. So, don't be so hard on yourself, and don't give in to the commercialization that only thin people can have a happy, healthy life. Because, you know, that's not the case. So, got anything to say? Okay.
I mean, no.
So anyway, I'm going to get off here. I just wanted to give those pearls of wisdom. And you guys, I know. Okay, go ahead. Oh, everybody roll your eyes. I know. Anyway, love you guys. And I will talk to you later. Bye.